In this demonstration, I will show you how you can pick items for a job using warehouse documents. And warehouse management in Business Central is configured by enabling these fields. The warehouse receipt and the warehouse shipment, and the warehouse put away and the warehouse pick. If you don't use the warehouse receipt and shipments, you can use the inventory put away and the inventory pick. And that's also something I will demonstrate in one of the next videos. But here we will start with using the warehouse pick. I also enabled bin mandatory, although that's not required if you want to pick items for a job. But it's also very important to know that if you have enabled directed put away and pick, it's not possible to pick items for a job. So that might be important to consider. Now, if you scroll down, you also notice the two job bin code fields on the Bins Fast tab. Now, what we do on the Bins Fast tab is specifying several default bins, the receipt bin, the shipment bin, and so on. And you also need to do this for a job, if you want to pick items for a job at least. So this is the bin on which my items will be placed when we pick them for a job. And that will become clear in the example that I will show in a few moments. Alright, so that's the location setup. Let's go to jobs, because also there you need to prepare a number of things. So I will search for jobs. And basically the items that you need to pick for a job should be configured as planning lines. So you need to create planning lines for the items that you should pick from the warehouse. So for this example, I will use the new office furniture job. So there we go. And we have a few task lines, as you will see. On task line 300, I've included some items. So task line 300, delivered chairs and other furnishing. So let's select the line, and I will go to line and then job planning lines. So and you will see that this task line has two planning lines. The first one is for a resource, and then the second one for London swivel chairs. And as you can see, the location code is north, so the location we just looked at. And here you can see the default bin that I have entered, so the job bin. And this is again the bin on which my job items will be placed when we register the pick. So again, that's important. You need to create these planning lines for all the items that you need to pick for a job. Now, how can we create a pick? Well, that's quite simple. You create the pick from the job card. So this is my job card, and if I click on process, you can create an inventory pick and a warehouse pick. And in this demonstration, we're looking at the warehouse pick. So let's go ahead and do this. And you can assign a user, you can specify the sorting method, but let's just leave this as it is. So I will click on OK. And pick activity 4 is created. All right, let's go and search the pick document. So and here is a list of my warehouse picks, and there's only one. So let's go ahead and open it. And here you can see the results. So the source document is job usage, as you can see. So we will take the item from a bin code somewhere in the warehouse, and we will place it on the bin, the job bin that we have specified on the location card, you see. So that's basically what happens if you use warehouse documents. All right, let's go ahead and register the pick. So the pick is registered, and this means that now if you return to the job, and okay, this is more job management than warehouse management, but just to give you the full story. So if you go back to the job planning lines, because the item is picked, you can now generate a job journal line for the 4 London swivel chairs. So if I click here on process, and if I select create job journal lines, I can now click on OK. And the job planning line was transferred to a job journal. This wouldn't have worked before picking the item. So if you try this before you pick the items, you will get an error message telling you that you first need to pick the items. But once the items are picked, you can then transfer the lines to a job journal and there post a job journal to consume the items on the job.